We welcome to the show Ranking Roger of The Beat. How's it going?
Very good. Thank you for having me on tonight.
No problem. So you're performing at the Ska Festival this year in London, aren't you?
We are, yes, and obviously it's a great one to be at. We've done it before, but I mean, there's a lot of great artists on this year, so we're really looking forward to it. I mean, usually they're full of excitement and people come from all over the world, so it's a great one to play.
Oh yeah, I was talking to Sean last week, the event organiser of the Ska Festival, Sean Flowerdew.
Sean Flowerdew, yeah.
Yeah, and he was saying that people, they come from all over the world, don't they? It doesn't matter where it is, they just love the ska music, two-tone, reggae, they love it.
Which is fantastic, because it just shows, how much the music is alive. I mean, it got big in the late 70s, early 80s, but it was very short-lived. It didn't have a long time out there, but it's carried on. It's great. So people are not fed up of it, because it was never made too commercial, I suppose.
And all those great bands from back then, yourself included, like the Specials, Madness, they've kept it going all these years, haven't they? And they've never stopped gigging, really.
That's right. I mean, obviously people have gone on to do other things, but then they keep coming back and coming together. And again, the market's there for it. The buzz what the Specials had when they came back was phenomenal. We were all in awe. I really, it's great that, because I don't want to mention any names, but you could imagine a band from the 70s coming back and how hard it is for them to do it. It's been a lot easier for us gangsters, if you like. Maybe because the music's, it's not just ska, it's mixed with punk and it's mixed with disco and dance and dub and reggae and everything. It's all mishmashed. So it's a more versatile music, which is, nowadays when I listen to music that's out there, it sounds more versatile than it ever did.
Oh yeah, it's great music, and also with the kind of music The Beat does and all these great bands, it's just brilliant live, isn't it? And you can't stop dancing to it, and that's one of the special things about it.
Well, there's an excitement to it, and I think when people come to our gigs, they know what to expect. People who've been, once you come to a big gig, the next time you come, you really know what to expect. And it's just great when, seeing the audience getting involved and they're all singing along and they're all dancing and everyone's smiling. And I think that's the main thing, is to see all those faces smiling by the time you leave. I know my job's done then.
Yeah, definitely. So, when are you going to be performing at the Ska Festival? What day is it?
I believe we're performing on the second day. And so it's March the 26th, yes. I'm not sure what time we're actually on, but I know that there's going to be so many different bands who are going to be on, who I want to see. I want to see you, Roy, he's playing, and what's that guy's name again now? Oh gosh, I can't remember his name all of a sudden. But Dennis Bovell, that's right. I want to see him play as well, because he's a big producer from the 70s and very underrated too. So, a bag full of fun.
Yeah, you've also got Bob Andy there, haven't you? And you've got Bad Manners. So there's so many great singers and groups that are going to be at the Ska Festival this year.
And so much choice and diversity within it all. I mean, people might say ska sounds the same, it all sounds the same, but if you're at the London Festival, Ska Festival, you will notice there is a difference between the bands, and there are different styles of ska, like there are different styles of pop music and, different styles of rock music, there's different styles of ska too, so, for those who don't know, it's a good learning thing, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. You're going to hear some great music at the Ska Festival, without doubt. So,
and of course, we'll be playing all the hits as well. So, this is all part of it, isn't it? That's what the people come to hear. So,
yeah, that's the main thing. I mean, there's nothing worse, is there, than seeing your favourite group and you know them for singing these great classic songs, and then they don't do them.
That's right. They give you a bunch of new tunes instead or something, but within it all, we have new tunes as well, but we just mix and match, and the new tunes go down as well as the old tunes, and, it's amazing. I mean, I still can't believe it. I'm not just saying it, Since I've reformed the Beat, we've just gone from strength to strength. The audience is keep coming back. People want us back again, and it just gets better and better.
So, do you mind if I ask you, how did it all start for you?
How did it all start?
Yeah, how did the beat all start at the very beginning?
Yeah, at the very beginning, the original members now we're talking about, which obviously I'm an original member, but the original members, Dave Wakeling and Andy Cox, met in Birmingham. Obviously, they went to college together, then went to the Isle of Wight for 6 months to make solar panels, where they met the bass player. Then they came back to Birmingham, where they met the drummer, Everett, and then they started rehearsing, and I hadn't met them yet. I was in a punk band, a drummer for a punk band called the Dum Dum Boys, and we've done a couple of gigs opening up for people, but the first gig we did in our own right, the beat opened up for us, obviously blew us off stage, and I went on and joined them as their frontman, toaster, MC kind of guy. And, you know, before I knew it, we were in the charts, and within 6 months we were on top of the pops. And I was only 16 at the time. So, I mean, obviously I started really young, but, you know, the nucleus of the band was there already, and I was added in, you know, later on. So, you know, within 3 months of the band forming kind of thing. And we never looked back, really. We just went on, and every record we made was different from the last one, and that was the whole point, you know, that you know, we should never make a record that sounds the same as the last one, you know, and we should always dare to be different. And I think the Beat were at the forefront of experimenting with, you know, different sounds and different musics, and trying to merge them together and still remain a dance band. I mean, that's a hard one, but there are enough dance musics out there where you can do it. And that's how we got our sound. It was totally by accident, really. 6 different people from 6 totally different backgrounds, totally different ages. I mean, from the ages of 16 to 50. 3 generations in the band. We all got on, and we made fantastic music.
Yeah, you certainly did. I mean, my favourite song of yours has to be Mirror in the Bathroom. I love that.
Oh, well, you're right on. You're a mate of mine for life, because that's my favourite Beat tune. That is the tune that, when I first heard the Beat and I heard that bass line going, I thought this one, and Twist and Crawl was the other one. I thought them to say the whole story without saying a word, you know. So that's good. I mean, obviously some people like the more commercial side of the Beat, which is like Hands Off She's Mine, and you know, The Tears of a Clown, and Can't Get Used to Losing You. But there's Too Nice to Talk To and Mirror in the Bathroom, and they were kind of like the underground side of the Beat. Oh, commercial, but in a kind of like their own little niche, you know, in their own little. We had our own little groove going there. That became our sound, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah.
Yeah, and with Mirror in the Bathroom, you always hear that played, you know, on the radio. It gets played still, and people love it, don't they?
Hear it on EastEnders as well. That's great. You know, you've done something when you know you just walking past. I don't even watch EastEnders, but I've heard it in the pub a few times. You know, that kind of thing. Just walking past and you hear it on the telly, you go, hey, oh, you know, great, more royalties coming. But, you know, it's not about that. It's just the fact that we've got the music out there, and it's still alive today, and people still love it, and we're still doing it, we're still active, and it's still as good as it was then, full of life, full of energy. I can't really say more than that. It's fantastic, you know. I'm really pleased with the way it's going, you know, and I know the Selector, they've had a record out recently, and they've been enjoying, you know, that bit of, you know, recognition again, if you like. And Pauline's a real nice person, and she deserves it, because she's one of the hardest working women in the music business from what I've known. You know, it'd be nice if the specials could get something out and get something to the people, you know, something new. That would be great.
I've said that quite a few times on the show, that they should really do something new, you know. I mean, people love the classics, but it'd be great to hear something fresh.
Absolutely, it's needed. People want to hear it. You know, there's a market for it. I mean, I can tell you that. You know, I've been doing this Beat for the last 10, 12 years. You know, and I've watched it. You know, I've watched us go from, you know, playing to 200 people to, you know, playing to, well, sometimes on festivals in the summer we're playing to 20,000 people a night. You know, and they're all loving it, you know. So it's a you know, a big combatant, if you like, in its own way. And we haven't even had a hit since we've been doing this, you know. Although we're working on new songs and we're working on an album, and you know that will be out in the summer. You know, it just shows the old tunes have kept us going for all this time.
Back to Mirror in the Bathroom. When you first recorded that, I mean, did you know what you had on your hands? Did you think, yeah, this is going to be a hit, this is going to be the one that does it for us? Or did you just think, oh, this sounds good, you know, I wonder how this will do?
Well, I had some kind of inkling that it stood every chance of being a hit. Because when we first signed to Two Tone Records, they wanted to release Mirror in the Bathroom, and we says, no, we don't want to put that one out yet, because we always thought it should be a second or a third single. It shouldn't be the first single. We gave them Tears of a Clown instead, which they were quite happy with. And it was commercial enough to get to number 6 in the charts. And as I'm talking to you, I'm looking at my silver disc I've had all these years. It's still up there. And that was thanks to Two Tone, you know. And but obviously, Mirror in the Bathroom, once we got our own label, Goldfeet Records, we put out Mirror in the Bathroom, and it became a hit in its own right. Yeah.
Yeah, something to be proud of, definitely.
I think I always knew that when, you know, getting back to it, while we were recording it, it was obviously, for me, one of the best tracks on the album, and it was everything what the beat stood for. So every effort went into that one. But it's amazing how the tune actually came together because it started off as a punk tune, and we were telling the drummer to play like punk drums, and all he was doing was hitting them hard, but it was still a reggae groove. And it just sounded brilliant. It just melded, and you know, it was like, don't change anything, keep it like that, and it stayed in that groove, you know. So that became our kind of, you know, that's how people recognise us. It became our trademark, if you like.
Your anthem, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So this gig on Saturday, I bet you're looking forward to it, aren't you?
Oh, very much. I know it's going to be... I mean, you know, obviously, we haven't done the Ska Festival for a few years now. And so, you know, I know it's going to be... People are just going to be, you know, they're going to be screaming for it. And, you know, we're just going to make them... We're going to make them go mad, you know. So that's what it's all about, you know. And, you know, with these things, at these festivals, there's never any trouble. There's, you know, there's punks, there's skinheads, there's mods, there's all sorts. And, you know, there's never any trouble. Everyone's come to the music, and you can see it, you can tell it, you can feel it, the vibe's great, you know. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, really.
But that's what it's about, isn't it? I mean, like you say, there's never any trouble. I've been quite a few times, and everybody just has a great time, and it's just all about the music, isn't it? It's about enjoying yourself.
Yeah, and that's the important thing. It doesn't matter how you look. It's, you know, it's how you go on. That's the way I say. And you know, obviously, if there is trouble, it's usually stopped straight away, and whoever's causing the trouble's just taken out, kicked out. As simple as that. We don't want trouble at our gigs. Our gigs are peace concerts, as simple as that. You know, we want people to come and enjoy themselves, because that's what you paid your money for. And, you know, hopefully we'll be dropping a couple of special tunes for, you know, not the specials, but I mean a couple of special tunes for people out there that they haven't heard before. So we'll see how that goes down too.
Great. So about the new album, so that's going to be coming out next year, did you say?
No, this year.
Oh, this year. Oh.
Yeah.
When do you reckon it'll be out?
We're recording it now, and
how's it going?
Recording, really good, really good. I mean, I wish I could play something, but I'm not even allowed to. I've been told, no, you can't play these to anybody till they've been mixed. So I'm under strict manners, really, but I'm dying to get out and play them. You know, there's some corkers there, and there's definitely some singles on there.
Great, well, we definitely look forward to hearing them. You can send it to me and I'll get it on the air when it's available.
Fantastic. You'll be one of the first people, I'll tell you.
Oh, brilliant.
Definitely.
Okay, right. So if you want to see the beat, it's going to be at the Ska Festival this Saturday. Apparently there's just under 110 tickets left for the gig. It's this Saturday. This is at the Garage at Highbury Street Corner in London. So it's doors open from 2 p.m. till 10 p.m. apparently. There's lots of great bands on this lineup, so It's going to be great, isn't it, Roger?
It's going to be wicked, and as I say, I'm really, I mean, you can hear the excitement in my voice, you know, I can't wait to get on that stage and just say, good evening, everybody, you know, and that's where it starts for me. And you know, it's the best thing, so there's going to be a lot of energy, that's all I can say.
Well, it's going to be great, we know that. Thanks a lot for joining us on the show, Roger.
Pleasure, sir, thank you.